Co-Orker music was just easily recognizable music that you played when you were with your co-workers in case you ever got a hold of the aux. You're not gonna start playing Benji Bluebills in the middle of the fucking Walmart break room. So you'll turn on something recognizable, maybe some Drake.
I ain't hard to find, I be doing what I do. Wild bush hogging fields till my people come.
Picture this. You're at your desk. The fluorescent lights hum a constant deadening frequency. The clock ticks towards 5 p.m. in what feels like slow motion. From the Bluetooth speaker in the corner, a sound begins to leak into the room. It's familiar, too familiar. A melody so safe, so sanitized, so utterly devoid of risk, it feels like auditory beige. It's the sound of your co-worker's playlist. For decades, this was just background noise, the harmless if slightly annoying soundtrack to the modern workplace. But in the past year, a new term has escaped the confines of office break rooms and infected the very heart of music culture online. A term that is both a critique and a confession. A label that has sparked a silent civil war over taste, authenticity, and the soul of sound itself. They call it Co-Orker music. And what started as a simple joke has mutated into a multi-level hierarchy of auditory offense, a shadow economy of sound where clout and cringe collide.
Some of you guys aren't getting it. Not all corporate songs are corporate hype songs. There's a lot of overlap, but there's different genres. Any Sia song, Pyramid Scheme music, Maroon 5, retail music, Imagine Dragons, anime music, Uptown Funk, middle school music, Flow Rida, homecoming music, Ed Sheeran, prom music, AC/DC.
This isn't just about bad music anymore. This is about a fundamental shift in how music is made, consumed, and weaponized in the digital age. Welcome to Behind the Fame. Today, we're not just exploring a meme, we're dissecting a phenomenon. We're going deep undercover into the 5 terrifying levels of Co-Orker music to expose the artists who dominate this landscape, the algorithms that fuel it, and the shocking truth behind why this might be the future, whether we like it or not. Our journey begins not with a bang, but with a whisper. Level 1 is the foundation, the gateway drug. This is music engineered in a lab for maximum palatability and minimum impact. It's the sonic equivalent of white bread. It won't hurt you, but it will never, ever nourish you.
But now, I'm seeing that Co-Orker music is just being used to describe any music that you don't like. Yo, Joey Badass just dropped yesterday, you heard him?
Nah, that's Co-Orker music, bro.
So, that new Drake and P&D is dropping soon, you excited?
Drake in the Bay 20.
This is the music of grocery store loudspeakers, of waiting rooms, of corporate training videos. It is designed to be heard, but not listened to.
I ain't hard to find, I be doing what I do. Wild bush hogging fields till my people come.
Bro, his new album is so fire.
Hey there, fellas. What y'all talking about?
Oh, Tyler's new album?
Tyler? Who's that? Just like some other rapper?
He's pretty good.
Those guys all sound the same. If you guys are interested, I can put you on some real music. How about it?
Sure, Bob.
Your music taste might not be as refined as mine, but I think you'll like it. There's a fire in my soul.
The beats are predictable, the lyrics are vague enough to project any meaning onto, and the emotional range stretches from mildly content to pleasantly optimistic. Think of the songs that have 1 billion streams, the Harry Styles Watermelon Sugar, the Post Malone and Sway Lee Sunflower. These are not bad songs. In fact, they are expertly crafted, but they are architectural. They are built for scale, not for soul. They are the musical manifestation of a focus group's consensus. This level also transcends genre. It's Nickelback's How You Remind Me, a song that sounds like it was genetically engineered to soundtrack a mid-2000s action movie trailer. It's Shabootsi's A Bar Song, a track so perfectly designed for its environment, it might as well be furniture. But the crown jewel of level 1, the modern master of the inoffensive, is Benson Boone. He emerged from nowhere, crafting songs that are so perfectly calibrated to the algorithm, they feel less like artistic statements and more like data points. If these songs are your absolute favorites, your musical home base, you are a citizen of Level 1. You are the target demographic, and the industry loves you. But this is just the calm before the storm. Level 1 is the Trojan horse. Once you accept the bland, you become vulnerable to what comes next. Level 2 is where the facade begins to crack. These songs have all the hallmarks of Level 1. Massive popularity, widespread airplay, but they contain a hidden pathogen, an element that, upon the 1000th listen, begins to feel like psychological warfare. This is the song on the radio that makes you physically wince. The track on the Kroger playlist you heard once an hour, for 8 hours a day, for 5 years, until the chorus started to feel like a drill in your temple. For me, that was The Middle by Zedd, Maren Morris, and Gray, a perfectly serviceable pop song that through sheer force of oversaturation became an instrument of torture. Level 2 is subjective, but it's defined by one key factor: contentiousness. The public is divided. For every fan, there is a detractor. Take Dance Monkey by Tones and I, a global phenomenon. A record-breaking smash. And yet, for many, the vocal cadence is like nails on a chalkboard. It's the sound of success that grates. This is the domain of Imagine Dragons, a band that dominated the mid-2000s with anthems that felt empowering at 13, but reveal themselves as hollow, pounding spectacles later in life. It's the land of songs that age poorly. They burn bright and fast and leave behind the ash of annoyance. Happy by Pharrell Williams. Is it a song of joy or a mandatory participation anthem that slowly suffocates your actual happiness? Level 2 is the warning. It's the industry learning that it can profit not just from universal acceptance, but from polarized reaction. But the real danger, the true descent into the Co-Orker abyss, begins at the next level. This is where the bland corporate facade falls away and individual taste, bizarre, misunderstood, and often misguided, rears its head. Before we descend further into the depths of Co-Orker music, if you're finding this breakdown as fascinating as we are, do us a favor. The digital landscape is changing fast, and you don't want to miss what we expose next. Hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you're always on the front lines of the culture wars with us, right here on Behind the Fame. Now, back to the investigation. Welcome to Level 3. This is where we leave the collective and enter the personal. This is the co-worker who doesn't just listen to the radio. They have a taste, they have a personality, and that personality, when translated into music, can be controversial. This is the realm of the try-hard, the music that strains for depth, for edge, for meaning, but often achieves only a profound corniness. It's the sound of effort, misplaced. I once had a coworker who unironically loved Falling in Reverse's Game Over. A song that feels less like a musical composition and more like a compilation of every angsty YouTube comment from 2009 set to a derivative metalcore riff. But Level 3 isn't always inherently terrible. It's often just blandly dramatic. Take NF. His music is built on a foundation of cinematic, triumphant beats and lyrics about internal struggle. But for many, it feels like a performance of pain rather than an expression of it. The writing is often surface level, the emotionality feels borrowed. I saw a comment under an NF video that perfectly encapsulates the Level 3 enthusiast. I'm probably older than your dad, but I know a creative genius when I see one. I like maybe 1% of all rap out there, and this is one. Eminem has the other songs in that 1%, this is the key. Level 3 is populated by listeners who believe they have refined taste, but are often just fans of a watered-down version of a more innovative original. The archetype of Level 3 is Machine Gun Kelly. Here is an artist who saw the pop-punk revival not as a chance for authentic expression, but as a commercial opportunity. His music is a cheap facsimile, a costume. Listen to his flat, lifeless cover of System of a Down's Aerials, and then the original. The difference is not just quality, it's the difference between feeling and fakery. This level is defined by a lack of self-awareness. It's Logic, a rapper I loved as a kid, until I discovered the Kendrick Lamars and J. Cole's he was so clearly and derivatively inspired by. It's Lil Mabu, the rich kid cosplaying as a drill rapper. His music a hollow shell of a dangerous, authentic genre. A commenter on one of my previous videos nailed the core issue. The biggest issue with a lot of Co-Orker music is that it's trying to be deep, but it's extremely non-personal. Listening to someone like MGK or Dax sing about their struggles has the same vibe as the rich kid in middle school doing an essay on poverty. The personal touches that matter just aren't there. And speaking of Dax, we will get to him. But first, we have to pass through the cringe barrier of Level 4. Level 4 is where the music begins its transformation. It is no longer just music. It is content. It is a vehicle for a gimmick, a meme, a personality. The quality of the song is now secondary to its ability to generate a reaction, to go viral, to be noticed. The songs here aren't just bland or corny. They are actively, palpably cringy. Think of KSI's The Thick of It. Think of Astronaut in the Ocean. They have fans, they have streams, but listening to them feels like watching someone desperately scream for attention. Enter iCiv, an artist who went viral rapping from the perspective of a cartoon bear.
You pop out at 1 in the morning, you really wanna know this kind of life, never boring.
The lyrics are a pastiche of flexes that feel utterly unearned. You pop out at 1 in the morning. Do you? Do you really? It sounds forced, fictional. Then there's Brendan Abernathy.
You'll be married in a year in the suburbs with a kid on the way in 3. Convincing yourself you're living the American dream.
His viral snippet, with its awkward tiptoe dance and lyrics about suburban fatherhood, is a masterclass in Level 4 cringe. It's not malicious, it's not even that bad, but it feels so deeply, fundamentally uncool that it looped back into being a meme, parodied by creators like Drewski.
Be married in a year in the suburbs with a kid on the way in 3. I'll be dressed
But the most fascinating case study in Level 4 is Kyle Gordon. His song, We Will Never Die, went viral as a perfect specimen of overdramatic millennial core music.
We are young. There's a fire in our soul. We go big or go home together.
But here's the twist. Kyle Gordon is a musical comedian. The song is satire. He is making fun of Level 4. And in doing so, he proves the genre is so established, so recognizable, that it can be parodied. This level also houses artists like bbno, the king of the meme rap gimmick. His music is fun, catchy at times, but it is fundamentally content first, music second. It's designed for YouTube clips and TikTok trends, not for headphones and deep listening. Level 4 is the tipping point. It's where art fully capitulates to the algorithm, but it's merely the antechamber to the final boss. The inner sanctum, the place where music goes to die and is reborn as pure, unfiltered brain rot. The following section contains audio that may be considered harmful to your sanity. Listener discretion is advised. This is it, level 5, the end of the line. This is not music as you understand it. This is music as a biological weapon deployed on short-form media platforms. It is the sound of the abyss staring back, and it's using an auto-tune plugin. This is the domain of the Co-Orker music final boss. The artists you find in the deepest, darkest corners of Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts. Their work is often so bizarre, so poorly conceived, so utterly divorced from musicality that it transcends bad and becomes something else entirely. A psychological operation. Some point to Chandler.
Running all over the place, blue in the face.
Looking like Sonic.
Got up on stage around 9 and the next day they called it a cop. In between that I was on some time and back on bring that to a beat.
Shit is bubonic.
His music is awkward, his delivery is memeable, and his resemblance to streamer QT Cinderella launched 1,000 jokes. He has become the patron saint of this level. Not because his music is the worst, but because his entire persona has been absorbed by the meme.
I told them put it on. They started throwing it back. I'm about all of the features, but I take a like in the ass. I don't even go out the house no more. I get it right where I'm at.
But the undisputed king, the perfect specimen of level 5, is Dax. We've done a deep dive on him before. Dax is the culmination of every trend we've discussed. The corniness of level 3.
You're in pain. I can tell by what you're saying.
The gimmicky content of level 4, all amplified to an unbearable degree. His music is a series of overly dramatic, deep raps over epic beats, but it's his promotional skits, the fake fights, the cringe dialogues that cement his status.
An imbalance inside me chemically up, down, up,
He is not just making music, he is manufacturing rage bait engagement. And then there is the new challenger, the heir apparent, Kill Carl. This is not music. This is a cry for help filtered through a distortion pedal. The comments describe it perfectly. Music for people with Joker tattoos. It is barely composed. It feels like it was generated by an AI trained exclusively on edgy 14-year-olds' Facebook posts. You cannot imagine anyone listening to this for pleasure. It exists solely as video content designed to stop your scroll through sheer bewildering force. So why does this happen? Why does this ecosystem exist? Another YouTuber, Shan, provided the chilling answer. This is the end result of an arms race for virality.
The sad part is when you see the artists that are clearly crossing boundaries of acceptability to get attention, and it sucks that the modern landscape has pushed them there. Looking back to the early 2010s, which of course was like 3 years ago, I remember the cringe or shock factor helping songs become viral. This happened with Rebecca Black's Friday, or to some extent, Miley Cyrus's Wrecking Ball, which had a music video the world just wasn't ready to see yet. After that, there was this era of satire meme music helping artists blow up. At some point, another transition occurred, and we now have this environment where, after what feels like an ever-accelerating arms race of made-for-virality content, we see artists desperately trying to get ahead by seeing who can rage bait people into engaging with their content the most. Something about that feels wrong to me.
In the early 2000s, it was shock factor, Rebecca Black's Friday, then satirical meme music. Now, we've reached the final stage, rage bait. Artists have learned that making music so bad, so cringy, that it forces a reaction, even a negative one, is a viable strategy. The algorithm doesn't care if you love it or hate it. It only cares that you engage. I reached out to an artist who has found himself swept up in this trend, said Zilla. He confirmed the dark truth. The people mocking this music are part of the engine. Their comments, their duets, their hate watches all boost the content, helping it find its actual intended audience. The small niche group that genuinely enjoys it. Said Zilla told me, for me personally, when I stopped caring about being the best or trying to be taken super seriously and just started having fun with my music, everything clicked. I'm not making it for them. I'm making stuff that feels good to me. And there it is, the shocking, unsettling truth at the heart of the Co-Orker music phenomenon. The conclusion, the New World sound. This was never just about making fun of bad music. This is a map of the new digital landscape. Levels 1 and 2 represent the old guard, the corporate machine, now optimized by algorithms instead of radio programmers. They make money through universal, inoffensive appeal.
One real takeaway from this video, I guess it would just be, don't get mad at these posts, because they're like without fail meant to be bad. I'm being serious here. If you see any shit music in your feed, please go to their account and scroll back. It's like a fun little game you can play with yourself to see the transition from I want to make music to I need to get impressions, and then they just like lose their mind.
But levels 3, 4, and 5, this is the new world. This is the sound of a broken gate. This is what happens when anyone can make and distribute music, when the only currency is attention, and when the most reliable way to get attention is to provoke a reaction. The Co-Orker music. Final Boss isn't an idiot. They are a strategist. They have looked into the heart of the modern internet and understood its darkest secret. In the attention economy, being hated is more profitable than being ignored. They have proven that you don't need a major label. You don't need radio play. You don't even need traditional talent. All you need is a smartphone, a modicum of audacity, and a willingness to lean into the cringe. Suicide Boys proved the industry's infrastructure was obsolete for authenticity. The Co-Orker music final bosses have proven it's obsolete for inauthenticity too. They have built their own nightmare empire on the ruins of good taste, and they are thriving in the chaos. The revolution is here, and it sounds absolutely terrible. This has been Behind the Fame. We've exposed the 5 levels of Co-Orker music, from the blandly corporate to the deliberately cringy, and uncovered the brutal economics that make it all possible. The industry's worst nightmare is no longer just the independent artist. It's the artist who doesn't play the game at all, who builds a new, uglier, and terrifyingly effective game right under its nose. The soundtrack to The End of the World won't be a bang. It'll be a poorly mixed 15-second clip on a loop, and someone somewhere will be getting rich from it.